Om Shanti. This is the Avyakt Murli of 5th of December 1978, and the title is The Original Sanskars of Your Birth in Which You Have Died Alive are Your First Awareness and First Promise. Today, Bapdada is happy to see the most elevated souls of the world. Out of all souls, only you, few souls, have this elevated fortune. Just as children are happy to see Baba, the bestower of fortune, so Baba, because of having found you, fortunate children, becomes even happier. Out of many children, only you children have been separated from the Father for such a long time, and so why wouldn't he be happy on finding you? Sometimes you children forget your own specialty. Each of you stars forget your own sparkle, your splendor and sparkle of spirituality. Even the Father himself knows this. In order to gain victory over all obstacles, all types of adverse situation and calamities of impure nature within a second, you simply have to have faith in one thing. What is this one aspect? You are reminded of this again and again. Your mind also becomes aware of it, but you are not able to form this sanskar. You think about it, you understand it, you hear about it, but then you forget it. What is it? You have been told about this a long time ago. It is Vare Me, the wonder of I. When you hear this, you become happy. But then you forget it. The sanskar of this life in which you have died alive is Vare Me. So you even forget the original sanskar of your birth, the first awareness of your birth, and first words of this birth, which are, I am an elevated Brahmin soul. You enjoy playing the game of forgetting. You have been playing the game of forgetting for half a kalpa. Do you still enjoy playing this game? To become a Brahmin means to become an embodiment of power. What would you call yourself if you forgot your form? Bapdada feels compassion for you children when he sees you playing this game. But at the same time, he is also amused. Such great souls, and yet look at what they do. You play an even more wonderful game. What is that? You know very well what you do. You can tell Baba what is it that you do. Some of you play hide and seek. Sometimes you say Wah, and sometimes you say Hi, oh, acha. You all know that you do this. But what even more wonderful game do you play? When you died alive and became Baba's child, what was your first promise? You know this very well too. You know what promise you made only too well. Baba asked you to make this promise, and you made it. What have you been doing after making that promise? Baba said, let go of the vicious sanskars of a shudra. And so you removed the costume of vicious sanskars of the soul and put on the divine costume of godly sanskars. You renounced all impure vision and attitude. the indication of a shudra, and in their place you adopted a pure attitude and vision, and thereby claimed a right to the most elevated of all relationships and the highest prosperity. Although you remember all of this very clearly, what do you still do? Elevated souls would never think of taking back something that they have dropped or renounced, just as royal children never pick up anything that has been dropped or thrown away. All of you had the thought to discard the vices from your intellect. You considered vice to be useless in something that had spoiled you, and so you promised to renounce it by taking a pledge never to indulge in this poison again. What have you been doing since then? Do you understand what games you have been playing? You have been playing games of ignorance. On seeing these games, Baba feels compassion for you, but he is also amused. You have become Jani Janananhar, knowers of all secret. But you now have to become Karanhar, one who does something himself. So, what are you now going to do? Have a special program and reveal yourselves as those who are Karanhar. Do not even think of taking back whatever useless things you have discarded from your mind. Think about this and then ask yourself, who am I and what am I doing? What did I promise and what am I now doing? What did you promise and what you are fulfilling? Have you become an embodiment of the power of your self-respect? And do you maintain the elevated consciousness of this elevated life? What did you say you would do? And what are you doing? Now, stop playing all these wonderful games. Become an elevated being. Become an elevated actor and play your great and elevated part. Only when you have the determination to offer such a final offering will the transformation ceremony take place. Now, fix a date for this ceremony within the gathering. Acha, to those who have determination in their mind, to those whose thoughts are equal to their form, to those who are Jani Janananhar and Karanhar, to the elevated souls who reveal their own greatness and who also glorify the Father through every act they perform. Bap Dada's love, remembrance, and namaste. Bap Dada meeting Dadis. Baba comes when his children call him. When you children make a request to Baba and invite him, Baba accepts your invitation and comes here. However, this time he is also going to take something back with him. You children are with him anyway, so what else is he going to take back with him? Baba will take the final sacrifice of the determined thoughts of every child. When there is a sacrificial fire, yajna, the final offering is the prasad, holy offering. This yajna was created in the corporeal world through a corporeal being. Brahma played his part and gave you, Brahmins, the responsibility of maintaining this yajna. Bap Dada will also accept the special prasad of this yajna. Whenever someone comes to meet you, you give them some prasad. Bap-Dada too will take some prasad back with him. To give this prasad means to specially transform yourself. This year at Shivratri, together with serving, you will of course do something through which many souls will receive Baba's introduction. But together with this, have such a thought that, as well as giving them the Father's introduction, you will also enable them to experience the prasad of having a glimpse of the Father. When you hold a function, everyone is attracted to the spot where the prasad is being distributed. Because of the attraction of prasad, people automatically come there even against their wish. So, keep the aim of creating such an atmosphere. On the basis of your power and with the attraction of your merciful thoughts, distribute to weak souls the prasad of attainment and experience. As well as this, create a special group of Mahavirs who have the determination in their mind to reveal themselves as Jani Janananhar and Karanhar in practice. It is said, even if I have to die, I will not renounce my religion. Do you have such dharana? No matter what circumstances arise, even if a Mahavir form of Maya comes in front of you, you must not let go of your dharana. In the beginning, you created different groups of effort makers. You had a group called the Divine Unity Group. So, what group will you create now? For this Shivratri, special groups of the Pandavas and Shaktis, who are destroyers of obstacles, should be created. Bap-Dada will take this prasad back with him. The fragrance of the final offering into the yajna spreads very far. So, Bap-Dada too will carry to the subtle region the good news of the special fragrance of the yajna in the corporeal world. Prepare this type of prasad. Baba will definitely take something back with him. This offering will open the gates to returning home. The number of you is now increasing so quickly that the gates to return home should open. So who is going to open the gates? Baba will not do anything on his own. Has he ever done anything on his own? Even now, he is not alone. Children had chit-chat amongst themselves that Baba left by himself. Firstly, Bap and Dada are one another's companions, and so they cannot be alone. Then there are also you children. Do you not stay with Baba? What did you promise? That you will live with Baba, return home with Baba, eat and drink with Baba. This is what you had promised, is it not? Have you now changed your promise? The promise you made is still the same. Your promise has not altered. It is not that Baba went away. In the Sakar form, you had the company of Sakar Baba for a short time, and that too was for only a few children in the Sakar form. However, Baba is now able to be with everyone. In the Sakar form, there were some types of bondages, but now Baba is free from bondage. Now The speed is intense. You called Baba, and the Lord became present in front of you. You now have to go even higher than having attachment to Baba. You have to sacrifice yourself to Him. When you have sacrificed yourself to Him, attachment becomes like a tiny drop. So, now you will stay with Him and return home with Him. Why should it be that you only stay with Baba for today? You must remain with Baba constantly. Acha, so now prepare this prasad. What will the Pandavas do? It was the time of ID. No matter what you do something to prove yourself. We shall see who races ahead, the Pandavas or the Shaktis. Whatever ID you celebrate, to renounce the consciousness of I means to celebrate the real ID. Now we shall see what prasad you prepare. Is it the Pandavas who will prepare something? Or will the Shaktis prepare something? Or will both of you prepare something? Acha, Bapdada meeting the UP zone. The UP zone is specially fortunate. The specialty of UP is that the land there is very loving and devout. They have a lot of devotion in their bhakti. You have become instruments to give the fruit of bhakti to the devout land. Out of all the zones, the most memorials are in UP. So now, especially remind the land of UP about the memorial of their specialty. Especially remind that land once again. There is a lot of expansion in UP. Sow the seed of knowledge in this expansion and prepare Baba's garden of flowers from the previous kalpa. In any case, the land of UP is very fruitful, and you can therefore increase the garden of flowers even more. Let the Ganges of knowledge flow everywhere. The importance of the rivers is also especially remembered in the UP. The importance of bathing in the Ganges is also remembered in the UP. Just as it is important to bathe one's body, so too increase the importance of bathing in knowledge. The importance of UP is that it is great. According to the discipline, the pilgrimage place of knowledge began in UP. According to the law, the souls of Kanpur and Lucknow became the instruments to invite Baba. In Delhi, it was just the mothers who invited Baba. The invitation, according to the system, came from Kanpur and Lucknow. The praise of UP is separate from the praise of Delhi. It is very great. Now, to the extent that praise has been remembered, you must accordingly reveal yourselves by performing just as great a task. Perform a special task that has not yet been performed by other zones. Each zone now has to invent something new. You had a conference and also a seminar. Now invent something so new that when people see it, they will feel they have never heard or seen anything like it before. Bapdada meeting those from Agra. Do you constantly remain happy while remembering your fortune? Wow, my fortune! Do you constantly sing this song in your mind? Wah Baba, wah drama, and wah my part. Do you perform every action while experiencing this awareness? When you do something, do you remain free from the bondage of that work and in a stage of Jivan Mukti? Of course, you will receive the inheritance of Jivan Mukti of Satyug anyway. But at this time, the experience of the Jivan Mukt stage of being free from bondage in this life is even greater. So even now, do you experience the Jivan Mukt stage with your power of knowledge and yoga? Or do you have some bondage even now? All bondages have finished and you have become Jivan Mukt. No matter what happens, because of being Jivan Mukt, everything feels like a game for you. Everything is not a test, but a game. Even if your body falls ill, or you are attracted by Maya in any of its many different ways, you should experience all of it to be a game. You can never become unhappy while playing a game. A game is played for entertainment, not for becoming unhappy. So, by considering everything to be a game, you will experience the Jivan Mukt stage. Are you Jivan Mukt, liberated in life, or Jivan Bandh, having bondage in life? There should be no bondage of any bodily relations. You have to play the game of fulfilling your responsibilities. You are just playing a game of fulfilling your responsibilities. Souls who are free from bondage are able to experience an elevated stage. Those who are in bondage remain bound down here, whereas those who are free from bondage can fly high above. Have all of you broken free from cages? Any bondage is a cage. So have you broken free from the cage of bondage? You also have to fulfill your responsibilities in namesake, not with attachment. Only then will you be called free from bondage. When you consider yourself to be a trustee, you become free from bondage. If there is any consciousness of mine, then you become caged. You are no longer a caged bird, but a bird of heaven. In the beginning, you used to sing a song about not being a caged bird. Now, you have become the angels of heaven. All of you are going to fly to heaven. From caged birds, you have become angels. There should no longer be the slightest bondage anywhere. There should be no bondage in your mind. What can I do? How can I do this? I want to do this, but am unable to do it. This too is bondage of your mind. If you are unable to do something when you want to, then you are weak. Therefore, become free from this bondage also. This is known as being free from bondage. You have now become Baba's children, and so children are those who are free. This is why it is said student life is the best. So, who are you? Are you children or elderly? Children means those who are free from bondage. If you still consider yourself to be in your previous life, then that is a bondage. You have died alive and become free from bondage. No matter whether you are a Kumar or in your age of retirement, you are all children. Simply remember the one task that Baba has given you of staying in remembrance and remain engaged in serving. Constantly remain busy in this. According to drama, the souls who have been cooperative from the beginning of establishment definitely attain one or another form of cooperation. This is guaranteed. Not only does Bapdada give you the return at this time of everything you do here, but you also accumulate for the future. Acha, blessing, may you be a pure, charitable soul and become free from all sins by remaining aware of your place of pilgrimage. Madhuban is the greatest place of pilgrimage. On the path of bhakti, people believe that by going to a pilgrimage place, their sins are destroyed. However, it is you children who have the practical experience of becoming pure and charitable by coming to this elevated place of pilgrimage. By remaining aware of this place of pilgrimage, you are able to go beyond any problem. This awareness works like a lucky charm. By remembering the atmosphere of this place, when anything happens, you will begin to swing in the swing of peace and happiness. So even to visit this land is great fortune. Slogan: in order to become a flying yogi, become one with the double authority of knowledge and experience. Om Shanti.